What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including, is LA Knight done with WWE? Brock Lesnar retiring in 2026? The real identity of the masked man on Raw? And that was not Austin Theory. John Cena signs a new WWE deal? This feud is never going to end in WWE. The future of the WWE library, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, as always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good. Is number 1, Gunther is ready. Now, Gunther kicked off Raw with a straightforward promo that focused on him making John Cena give up. The former world champion's promo work has vastly improved over the past year, and it's just a shame that we can't see at least one promo battle between the two opponents before Saturday. It was also a nice touch of having a countdown of John Cena's final days in WWE. That's it, WWE are just shoving those hints in our face now, right? Number 2, Jey Uso's singles run is over. Now, as expected, the Usos are now back together as a collective unit. The Usos would make their presence felt following the tag title match on the show, and the explanation as to why the two men are on the hunt for the tag gold once again makes a ton of sense. This is without a doubt the right move for both Jey and Jimmy. Whilst there's no denying that Jey is insanely over, the tag division on Raw needs all the help it can get, and inserting one of the greatest tag teams of all time is a simple fix. WWE could easily revert Jey and Jimmy back to their singles run in just a few months' time, but for now, this is a welcome change of pace. Some fans were very happy to the reaction of Jey Uso's singles run coming to an end. On WWE's TikTok channel, fans were absolutely brutal with their comments. Number 3, strong women's division. Across the board, Raw continues to have one of the strongest women's divisions in pro wrestling. There are so many names that are complete packages, and the Io Sky vs Kairi Sane match on Raw last night was without a doubt the match of the entire night. WWE has so much talent within the women's division, and it wouldn't be too much to ask to see WWE get behind the division and reward them for their work by giving them night 1 of the main event of WrestleMania in April. But that was a good what about the bad? As number 1, LA Knight gets buried. Talk about an outright burial last night, as following interference from the Vision and the Masked Figure, Logan Paul would defeat LA Knight. But if that wasn't bad enough, LA would be brutalized by the faction, and he was even hit by a devastating tsunami through an SUV. This is eerily similar to what occurred to names such as Ricochet and Braun Strowman, and these names quickly exited WWE following these dramatic spots. WWE's booking and presentation of LA makes zero sense, and if LA Knight was going to once again feud with the Vision following Survivor Series, it brings into question why he wasn't included in War Games last weekend. Number 2, lack of a follow-up. Dominic Mysterio picked up the most significant win of his career at Survivor Series by defeating John Cena, but a week later, Mysterio is relegated to backstage segments on the show? Why are WWE unable to follow up huge wins with anything meaningful? We saw something similar occur with Solo Sikoa when he defeated Cena a number of years ago on a major PLE. WWE then just had no concrete plans in place, and he ended up going on an extended losing streak. It was incredibly frustrating. I was nothing downright ugly on this show. The show wasn't exactly a classic Raw, even an excellent Raw, but it did a satisfactory job. WWE were limited in what they could do with Gunther in the absence of John Cena, and with world champion CM Punk taking a leave of absence from WWE television, they were unable to move forward with a new top rivalry on the show. But what do you guys think of the Red Brand this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at, is LA Knight done with WWE after his burial last night? Our top story today looks at LA Knight's WWE future, as there is concern that LA Knight could be potentially leaving WWE. LA Knight was unceremoniously taken out of action by the Vision to close out Raw, and the fact that he was taken out in similar ways to Braun Strowman and Ricochet certainly raised alarm bells. Now, a lot of the fans were under the impression that LA Knight could be leaving WWE, or he's facing contract negotiations. Or even so, he's pissed off somebody recently in the back. However, it doesn't appear to be the case, as according to a new report from Bodyslam Plus via Patreon, LA Knight will be receiving a big push in 2026. LA Knight is still very much a top player for the company. Sources indicate to Bodyslam that 2026 will be a much better year for Knight. Knight is being positioned as one of the top babyfaces in the company, and with him being involved with the Vision, it's only going to grow the crowd reactions in a more positive way. The company is aware of the reactions and wants to play the long game with Knight. Yeah. That's understandable why fans of LA Knight may roll their eyes at this report, as a substantial push has been promised for years now. In fact, it's also been promised to Finn Balor, and yeah, we're still waiting for that huge push. However, hopefully WWE are indeed playing the long game with LA Knight and he reaches the top of WWE sooner rather than later. Next up, Brock Lesnar retiring next year. John Cena appeared on Chris Van Vliet's Insight show this week, and one of the topics Cena discussed was Brock Lesnar. According to Cena, the match versus Lesnar at WrestlePalooza was used to re-establish Lesnar, and according to Cena, Lesnar could be facing retirement, and this could be as soon as next year's SummerSlam. Only my perspective, Brock Lesnar is an attraction we're going to build until he rides off into the sunset, which I think will be in Minnesota or creatively very soon. The specific mention of Minnesota certainly implies that Lesnar could be retiring at SummerSlam next year. If this is true, that means that 2026 will see the WWE retirements of both Lesnar and AJ Styles. All of these stars are just going to be dropping like flies come next year. Let's hope WWE establishes new stars by then to take over. Next up, who was the real masked man on Raw last night, as it wasn't Austin Theory? Now, on Survivor Series War Games, a mysterious masked man debuted assisting Team Vision, and it was widely reported that this individual was in fact former WWE US Champion Austin Theory. However, on Raw this week, the masked individual was considerably leaner and his legs were completely different, and this has led to speculation that this is no longer Theory under the mask. Now, in relation to who this new name could be, a lot of fans believe that due to the build of the athletic stature of the wrestler, it's none other than Montez Ford. Ford is doing absolutely nothing on WWE television, so it's entirely possible that WWE has moved him over to Raw for this new role. Other suggestions include Ludwig Kaiser, and we know that Kaiser has experience pulling off masked characters as El Grande Americano, so we can't rule him out. We just know for almost a certainty that the masked man is no longer Theory. Following Survivor Series War Games, it was also heavily reported that just because Theory was under the mask, there was no guarantee that he would be revealed as the Mystery Man, and this looks to be the case here. WWE may try out numerous young stars under the mask, only to reveal a shocking name such as Chris Jericho. No, we're not saying that this was Chris Jericho last night, but WWE is definitely going to swerve us with this big reveal, as the masked man's real identity on Survivor Series was leaked within minutes, and we always know that WWE likes to outsmart the dirt sheet. Saying that, Jericho is heavily rumored to return to WWE programming in the new year, and it would be typical of Jericho to make a huge dramatic entrance, and this could be the perfect reintroduction to the audience. Next up, John Cena signs a new WWE deal. Now it's official, John Cena has put pen to paper on a new WWE deal. According to the WWE great, he's signed an ambassador role for WWE, and the contract will last for 5 years in total. I'll be an ambassador to WWE. I'm already signed for another 5 years. I would like to be in this family as an employee, as a contributing part for as long as I can. It's not my time to perform anymore. I have a bunch of strengths and gifts that I can pass on. I'm looking forward to the second mountain of being an ambassador. Maybe ambassadorship comes with letting more people know to watch this, which is my goal in the first place. Cena has always stated that he wanted to be involved in some capacity when he eventually retired, and this is an easy way to achieve that goal. Next up, the final Saturday night's main event match card has now been set. Now, after Raw last night, we now know the final Saturday night's main event match card for this weekend. John Cena vs Gunther in his final match ever, Champion vs Champion of Obafemi vs Cody Rhodes, Sol Ruka vs Bayley, and AJ Styles and Dragon Lee vs Leon Slater and Javon Evans. Due to the show only being 2 hours in length, it's somewhat of a surprise that the show has 4 matches, as we were probably expecting 3 at the most. But nevertheless, it's Cena's idea to have NXT showcase matches, so at least Cena is getting his wish. Next up, this WWE feud is never going to end. Now, the ongoing feud between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre has really been a mixed bag to say the very least, and it's been reported that the feud is said to continue over on the SmackDown brand. According to a new report from Bodyslam Plus via Patreon, another match is coming soon, and the next on-screen confrontation will have significant storyline implications for both men. The rivalry between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre has been one of WWE's most talked about programs of the year. While many believe that their recent encounter would serve as the definitive chapter, sources indicate to Bodyslam that Cody vs Drew is now set to continue with another match taking place very soon. While specific match details are being kept tight, the expectation is that the next confrontation will have significant storyline implications for both men. But due to WWE not having another PLE until the Royal Rumble in 8 weeks, it's being rumored that WWE are going to hold off on the match until then. Fans are now speculating that WWE could bring back the Hell in a Cell match type for the final encounter, as this could be a fitting way to bring the rivalry to a close. Next up, The Rock nominated for Major Honor. Congratulations to WWE legend The Rock as he's received his first ever Golden Globes nomination, taking one of the spots in the Best Male Actor in the Motion Picture category. He received the honor for his role in the Smashing Machine movie, and he's one of the firm favorites to take home the prestigious award. The former WWE champion has since commented on the honor. Speaking to The Hollywood Reporter, The Rock stated, "I think the nomination represents the fight in everybody, especially with addictions and those demons that you battle. Mark Kerr had it all and lost everything, and then since has become sober. He did overdose twice. Life is good because he's sober and it's because he's made it. Not everyone is that lucky. That's the movie that we wanted to make, a nod to those who fight." And once again, congratulations to The Rock on this huge achievement. Next up, AJ Lee's next match has been revealed. Now, AJ Lee returned this year in 2025 and she immediately returned to the ring, teaming with her husband CM Punk in a mixed tag match at WrestlePalooza, defeating Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins after forcing Lynch to submit. AJ Lee then competed in the War Games match, again securing the huge victory submission win over Lynch and helping a babyface team come out victorious. But what's next for AJ Lee? When is the next match going to be? Well, according to WrestleVotes, Aaliyah will be part of the Women's Royal Rumble in 2026, which will take place on January 31st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. WrestleVotes reported AJ Lee is in the Rumble. She's part of the roster now and they need 30 superstars, so yeah, she's in the Rumble. Now, whilst it has been rumored that AJ Lee signed a full-time WWE deal, that doesn't seem to be the case. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select has made it clear that this is not a full-time deal. So we're gonna just expect to see AJ Lee wrestle in the biggest shows rather than on a weekly basis. And finally, the future of the WWE library revealed. Our final story takes a look at the future of the WWE tape library. The WWE tape library is expected to leave Peacock in the US, and there's been no official news from WWE in relation to where the tape library is going. This is a major concern as something similar occurred internationally. When the WWE network ceased operations at the end of last year, only a select portion of the back catalogue was uploaded to Netflix, and it hasn't been updated in months. We're literally missing years upon years of WWE content both in Raw and SmackDown. SmackDown actually having much less than Raw. But with that being said, according to a new report from Fightful Select, the back catalogue may end up on WWE's YouTube channel. Those that we heard from expect the content to be slowly rolled out on the YouTube and the various Vault channels that WWE owns. It is believed that because of the size of WWE's footprint on YouTube, that they'll likely have a favourable deal with Google. It's not expected that WWE will just upload the entire library. They've long been happy with the buzz that their Vault channels get and the return they receive financially. It's also internally viewed as a way to cultivate fans. And hopefully this also rolled out internationally so international fans are able to watch WWE shows of the past. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.